Today, we're digging into one of the most ambitious national projects of the 21st century. What we've done is boil down a massive government report into a super clear explainer on India's digital transformation. It's a huge story about how tech is being used to reshape a nation of over 1 billion people. All right, let's get right into it. So take a look at this. This isn't just some complicated diagram. It's basically the map of a nation's digital nervous system. What you're seeing is how all these different government services, from payments to ID verification, are all woven together into one massive connected ecosystem. This image right here, it just perfectly captures the incredible scale and ambition we're about to explore. Here's our game plan. We'll kick things off with the big vision and the foundational tech built to make it happen. Then we'll see how this whole system delivers services to people, how it's firing up the economy, and how it's paving the way for future innovation before we wrap it all up. So where did all of this begin? Well, it didn't just happen by accident. It started with a grand vision, a really clear strategy built on 3 core pillars, all designed to create a digitally empowered society and a modern knowledge economy. You know, the vision really comes down to 3 simple but incredibly powerful goals. First, treat digital infrastructure like a public utility, as essential as learning water or electricity. Second, make government services available on demand whenever and wherever you need them. And third, use this new system to digitally empower every single citizen. You see, at the end of the day, this isn't just about technology. It's about fundamentally changing how government and society work. Okay, so you have this huge vision, but how do you actually build it? Well, you need a rock-solid foundation. In India, that foundation is called Digital Public Infrastructure, or DPI. This is the bedrock, the engine that powers everything else we're going to talk about. And this is where the scale just becomes mind-boggling. The whole journey really starts with giving every citizen a unique digital identity. And that's Aadhaar, the world's largest digital ID program, which has issued over 1.3 billion of them. Think about that. This one single step, giving everyone a verifiable online identity, is the key that unlocks pretty much every other service. So once you have that ID, what's next? Well, building on top of it, we have DigiLocker. The best way to think about it is as your own personal secure cloud vault for all your official documents. With over 327 million people signed up, it's a massive leap towards a paperless government. No more digging around for physical copies of your driver's license or diplomas. And this shows that DigiLocker isn't just a standalone app. Not at all. It's a whole ecosystem. We're talking nearly 8 billion documents issued digitally by thousands of different organizations. It's become this massive, trusted system that directly connects government agencies with citizens in a super efficient way. Okay, so we've got this powerful digital foundation in place. But how does it actually change daily life for people? Well, this is where that idea of services on demand really comes alive. The core idea here is to completely flip the script on the whole citizen-government relationship. Forget navigating complicated bureaucracies and standing in long lines. The goal is to make services integrated, real-time, and accessible right from your phone. It's about bringing the government to you, not the other way around. And if you want to see this in action, look no further than the UMANG app. It's basically a super app for government. Just imagine having access to over 2,100 services from both central and state governments. Everything from paying your utility bills to checking your health records, all inside one single app. That's what seamless integration actually looks like. And it's not just on your phone. For the desktop experience, there's the India portal. This thing acts as the central digital gateway, a single place to get information and services from all levels of government, national, state, and even local districts. It's designed to be the one-stop shop for interacting with the government online. Now, this part is really cool. Beyond just providing services, the government is also opening up its huge data archives. The Open Government Data Platform has made over 500,000 data sets public. This is a huge deal. Not only does it create transparency, but it lets researchers, startups, and regular citizens build new, innovative tools and uncover all sorts of new insights. All right, so this whole digital revolution isn't just about making government more efficient. It's also a massive, massive economic engine. Let's pivot now and see how this foundation is helping turn India into a global hub for tech manufacturing and innovation. Just look at these numbers. They really tell a powerful story. In just 3 short years, domestic electronics production has absolutely skyrocketed from $76 billion to $115 billion. We're not talking about slow, steady growth here. This is an explosion. And it's all driven by a very clear strategy.
So how did that happen? Well, it wasn't magic. This growth is being driven by very specific government policies. Things like the Production-Linked Incentive, or PLI, which basically rewards companies for making more stuff locally. These policies are all designed to boost domestic production, pull in huge investments, and build the entire electronic supply chain, from tiny components to finished gadgets, right there in the country.
And all this activity has just poured gasoline on the fire of the startup scene. India is now home to the world's third-largest startup ecosystem. We're talking over 150,000 startups and more than 115 unicorns. Those are companies valued at over $1 billion. It's an incredible testament to the country's rise as a real innovation powerhouse.
But this strategy isn't just about winning today. It's about owning tomorrow. A huge part of this is a major investment in cutting-edge research and development to build leadership in the technologies of the future.
And you can see this commitment in some really ambitious national missions. You've got the National Supercomputing Mission, which is all about building India's own high-performance computers. The IndiaAI Mission is designed to just turbocharge the whole AI ecosystem. And then you have things like the Graphene Center, pushing the limits of R&D and new materials. Every one of these is a clear signal of a long-term strategy for technological independence. Okay, let's step back for a second and bring all these different pieces together. What does this convergence of infrastructure, services, economic growth, and future-focused R&D really mean for India's digital future? And here's where you see how it all connects so perfectly. It's a powerful, self-reinforcing cycle. The foundational digital infrastructure makes all these citizen-centric services possible. Having millions of people use those services then powers a thriving digital economy. And that economic strength, in turn, fuels the investment needed for future innovation. It's this virtuous loop where each step builds on the last.
So what's the ultimate goal? What's the North Star in all of this? This quote from the report really nails it. It's about achieving Viksit Bharat by 2047, which means a developed India. The end game is a nation that is digitally empowered, inclusive, and self-reliant. Everything we've talked about are the building blocks to get there. And that brings us to our final thought. What India has created here is a unique, state-led model for digital transformation on a scale we've never seen before. So the question I want to leave you with is this. How might this blueprint of public infrastructure, integrated services, and economic ambition end up influencing other nations all over the world that are looking to build their own digital futures?